morning. It's Saturday the 29th of June. I'm out on my long run this morning. Last weekend my big plan was to do 30 kilometres, which would be really as far as I want to run in a training run. Unfortunately, didn't quite do it. I was made 28.5, but a really sore right hip. So yeah, but 28.5, that's only an extra K.5 today. If I can do that, I'm really pleased. Getting to 30 kilometres before the end of June. So yeah, let's see how the going goes. But it's really going to depend upon how things are feeling. My last run was on Thursday morning, and usually I would be having 2 rest days before my long run. But I'm really not feeling bad. Overnight my rest and heart rate got back down, so just to put some numbers in that, on Thursday night, after I did a 13k run on Thursday morning, then did some weights. Overnight my rest and heart rate was 44 beats per minute. That's a bit elevated for me, but last night it's back down to 41, which is about my standard rest and heart rate. It does sometimes go a little bit lower if I have some extra days rest. So, and then my Garmin body battery got up to 100 overnight and for a few hours, so fully recharged. I was actually quite pleased with how my recovery was on Thursday night. That my body battery did dip quite low on Thursday, but did recover quite well on Thursday night, and then stayed relatively high yesterday, and then did well overnight. So signs are good. Last Saturday when I started the run, I had my calves were feeling quite tight. Yeah, I wouldn't say they were perfect this morning, but a lot better than last weekend. So we're starting with a good position, and I found some raspberries. That's worth stopping for. Yum. Well, here's some more. Will not log those in my fitness pal. So yes, here we go on. As usual, my long runs, no pace goals at the minute, just distance. So we'll just see how we get on. Okay, I'll catch you later in the run. Whew. Well, that's me just over, hopefully what is a quarter of the way in. About just under 9 kilometres, and cardio wise feeling pretty good. Legs are feeling a little tight, but I don't think as bad as last weekend. So yeah, progress has been okay so far. Certainly not too warm in Fife. Nice running temperature. Earlier I posted a short about of me and the scales, and about my frustrations around weight loss and body composition. So as of this morning, according to my body impedance scales, I'm about 12.5% body fat, which isn't bad, you know. I think a lot of people were very happy with 12.5% body fat. And it's certainly, you know, it was a good loss of body fat compared to where it was a couple of years ago. So in many ways I'm looking at the long term. I'm not frustrated. Now I was actually probably a couple months ago a bit less, I had a little bit less body fat. I was probably closer to 11, maybe 11.5. But yeah, for me, what that means is I probably need to lose about, well, no, I don't need to lose, sorry. I'd like to be about 10%, which means about losing about another 1.7 kilos of body fat. Why 10%? Well, it's definitely within, it still gives you loads of margin of error for, in terms of having body fat reserves. And I would, you know, the less weight I can carry on the run, the easier it will be, and it really does add up. It takes more energy to move a larger mass around. There's definitely an element, and this is going to sound a little bit daft, 10's just a nice round number. There's something about just having 10 as a target just seems to make sense to me. So, you know, it's a bit, yeah, sounds a bit daft saying it out loud, but here we go. So, in many ways, not frustrated with long-term progress, a little bit frustrated with short-term progress. The difficulty I have is just about maintenance calories. Well, I need to be under maintenance calories, and the days I'm exercising. So today the run will burn about 1,800 calories. I'll then hopefully have enough energy left in me to do some weights when I get home, some squats and other bits and pieces, which will burn off about another 150 calories. So, you know, a grand total of close to 2,000 calories, which is what my maintenance calories should be. So basically, I'm burning off an extra day's calories today. And while I will take in more today, I'll certainly not be taking in 2 days worth of food. That just wouldn't be comfortable. So on days I'm exercising, no problem. It's on the rest days that I'm struggling. Now, there's two factors to that. I don't want to cut my calories too much on my rest days. Those are my recovery days, so I need to have good nutrition in order to recover. But then also on my rest days, I'm usually a bit more tired because I've had a bit of exercise the day before. So I'm eating a bit more to compensate for that. So there's that, and so I feel I've not really got on top of what is the right balance. But part of it is a little bit lack of self-control still, and that's the frustrating thing. That there is definitely some hedonistic junk calorie tendencies. So, like I say, yesterday, I mean, I do try and control it, and it's probably a lot better diet than I used to have. But I did have a packet of crisps, which isn't in anyone's health eating plan. But I mean, I had a massive lunch, but that was a baked potato with some low-fat, high-protein cheese, a full can of tuna mayo, half a red onion and celery stick, just to make up a kind of tuna crunch thing, and then a couple of tomatoes on the side. So, you know, good quality nutrition, lots of whole foods, good protein sources. So, you know, ticking a lot of boxes there, but it was quite a lot of calories. I really wanted to make sure I was well recovered for today, and that I was able to do today's run. So yeah, I'm finding it. I'm finding it tricky. But in terms of priorities, I would say that being recovered from my run is much more important to me at this stage than having 10% body fat. So I would rather be having slightly too many calories and making sure that I'm not at risk of injury and things like that due to being undernourished. I guess it's what gym goers might say, it's a bit of a bulking phase. Because I'm trying to build muscle, not in a like, you know, I'm not trying to get like beefed up, but what I'm trying to do is build things like my glutes and core strength and things like that, and build leg strength. Yeah, I would really like to get my hedonistic eating tendencies more under control. I mean, I've stopped drinking alcohol. My last drink was on the 18th of February, and I reckon I've only had 11 units this year in total. So that's been pretty easy. Yeah, but it's a lifetime of just eating what I want, and now I need to be even more focused on eating what I need. But then there's a balance, you know. You got to be careful that food doesn't become some sort of punishment exercise. It's got to be still enjoyable. That relationship with food is so tricky, because if it just becomes a punishment, you're just going to rebel. You'll be able to stick at it for a little while, but you're going to rebel. So it's about building healthy and enjoyable eating habits. That baked potato I had yesterday, I can't even remember how many calories it was, but it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. It was really filling. You know, so it's all just about trying to be a little bit better than I was the week before, and some days I manage and some days I don't, and you know, getting down to that 10% body fat will feel like not so much a victory in terms of dieting and calorie deficits, and it'll feel like a victory that I've managed to develop a better habit if I can sustain it at 10%. That's what the victory will be. It'll be that I've managed to get my mind into a place where I have developed these new habits. So that's where I'm at. So if I could burn an extra 2,000 calories every day, then it would be alright. that's not happening yet. But it's very difficult when you spend your day just sat in front of a computer and you're not really burning any extra. So, really challenging, and I have a lot of empathy for those who struggle to lose body fat. I really do. Okay, so I'm just over a third of the way in, 10 kilometres. Legs feel alright. Catch you in a bit. In any discussion about serious weight loss and changes to body composition and fitness, I think I'm probably obliged to discuss things like body image and dysmorphia. Now, I wouldn't say I've got a body image problem or I have dysmorphia, but I'm probably in the outskirts of it. I could see me being guilty of getting to 10% body fat, going, let's try to get to 9. That can't be that difficult, you know, and just set myself challenges and really just lose my perspective. I mean, ultimately the only person who's gonna solve that problem is me, and yeah, I mean, I've just been listening to the audiobook Amy Anderson and hearing about her journey through eating disorders to being one of the best ultra runners we've ever had. It's pretty inspirational. And she talks about how, you know, it became much more important to her to be fit and strong than being skinny. And that's certainly true for me. So hopefully the ability to run and not be injured is what will keep me on the right track. But I also need to look back over time and just remind myself how far I've come, and, you know, congratulate myself for that and be proud of what I've achieved. And realise that I'll probably not be any happier at 10% now. I'm at 12.5%. Be a little, but I'm probably not going to be any happier at 9% than 10%. So that's me, 20k in, 2/3 of the way. Yeah, things are feeling a bit tighter than they should have, but no massive pain. Certainly aware of my IT band issue, but it's not stopping me just now. So, I mean, my pace isn't what it should be, but I really hope I've got another 10k in me. We'll see. Oh, so that's me, 25k in, just 5k to go. No major pain, I would say. Legs are definitely feeling tired. I'm stopping to break out the emergency rations and emergency gel, just to see me over this last bit. My heart rate is much higher than it should be. Never would want for a long run. A lot of it's in zone 3. But I feel I've just got to kind of plod on. Pace isn't amazing. I think it's about 5:40 or something like that. But yeah, not worry. But yeah, 30k definitely going to be in the bag. There's nothing going to stop me. If I've got to crawl the rest of it, I'm doing it. Oh, well, I made it. that was just over 30.5 kilometres actually, which is was 19 miles. Yeah, average pace 5:29, so not horrendous. There were a couple of short walking sections. Knee pain, IT band issues didn't really come to much. Didn't have the hip issues the last weekend. Legs are definitely tired, I mean, absolutely. I needed that emergency rations. But yeah, delighted. So this is the mileage I need to be doing every weekend. This long mileage. And my hope is, well, it will. My body will adapt, it'll start to get easier. The plan is for the next couple of months just to do this mileage at the weekend, and then after that introduce a short run and a recovery run on the Sunday. Yeah. Whew. Right, back, hydrated, refueled, stretched, and I'm going to try and find some energy to do some strength exercises, and then we're packing to go on holiday. Yeah, we're off to Pembroke tomorrow morning, so maybe get some short runs in there, but I think I'm going to try and have a fairly restful week. Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend.